PIEPEN from Drunkabilly Records. Today we take a look into the community and festival circuit of the rockabilly and psychobilly scenes. The psychobilly subculture and rockabilly subculture relies heavily on live music, weekenders, psychobilly meetings, and things like big car shows of hot rods. This is where fans celebrate the vintage lifestyle, as well as the music. When you enter the psychobilly and rockabilly scenes, you will experience the clash of the new school versus the old school. Drunkabilly Records is an old school record label. Even though we stay very current and up to date, we're still an old school record label. So you would think it's logical to think psychobilly would be new school and rockabilly is old school, because rockabilly was first. But it's not as simple as that. Psychobilly is actually mainly an old school, well, because punk identity and punk attitude has the old school attitude embodied in its identity. While rockabilly, of course, traditional rockabilly and bands like the Stray Cats are really old school style rockabilly with old school attitudes. But there is now in the modern psychobilly scene, which is actually not so modern because it started in the 80s, the new school attitudes. For example, with artists like Patti LaBelle, she released a song called The New Attitude. That's what the new attitude, new school attitude is about. So it's not like that psychobilly has punk and is new school. Psychobilly is usually very old school, and the largest part of psychobilly is old school. But the modern current rockabilly scene is mostly with a new school attitude, even though historically is older, from the 1950s. For example, an old school attitude is seen as somewhat more boring but reliable because it values strict tradition, strict discipline, paying your dues, while the new school attitude is more about adaptability, networking within a highly flexible attitude towards these concepts. And of course, challenging and questioning the status quo of the traditional rockabilly and psychobilly old school views. Of course, that's what makes the scene a very interesting dynamic on a musical and also a psychological level of styles and identities in the current world. You can check out our record label, Drunkabilly Records, on our website, www.drunkabillyrecords.website, or drunkabilly.com and Drunkabilly Records on Facebook.